This is the design guide for our new Designer Flex ad templates. To find these, click on the Ads tab and then click on the Designer Advanced Ads Search Now box. This is going to take you into a filtered results showing you all of our new, more flexible design templates. Now, the series we're concentrating on now is called the Designer Flex Template series. What's unique about these are that they are configurable in terms of the number of sections that can be shown. All of them can have between 2 and 7 sections. The images for the ads cover the entire height and width, so you can get really flexible and creative. If you're good with Photoshop or any design photo editing tool, you can use that to really enter any images you want and have them cycle through. There's optional animated text, and there's a unique click-through for each section. So I'm going to start by grabbing the 300 by 250 version, adding it to my library. And once it's in here, we are going to edit and show you the editing flexible options here for this particular ad. So once in the builder here, you'll notice step 1 as always is for text. You can have up to 7 different image captions running through, one associated with each section. So you see first image, second, third, all the way down to your closing headline. What's nice about these are that there's really not a whole lot of limitations. We'll preview the ad real quick to show you what this looks like. So you see image covering the entire background, text floating in on each section, and you end up with a final image here. We can put just about all the text we want. For each section, you really don't need to worry too much about the minimum characters. As you'll notice if we preview here, it'll simply start to wrap the text down onto more lines. And you could put even more here if you want. Making this text, or excuse me, this template very flexible in terms of text you can put in here. Now, you don't have to use text at all. One of the options that a lot of people choose to do is just basically putting the text within the image itself. So that way you're not constrained by fonts or the number of characters you can put in here at all. You'll notice text is completely optional. We can take it out of any section. And you're now just looking at images cycling through, fading in and out, depending on what you've set up in the settings. Now for images, same deal. You have up to 6 images for each section, and then you'll always have a final image or section that appears. And again, every image is the exact same size and shape, in this instance 300 by 250. So again, you can put in any image you want with any text, any look and feel you want to really get a custom feel for the template. Coming down to settings, as I mentioned, you can dictate how many sections are actually going to show up in this ad. So if instead of 4, if we put 1, how many sections do you want, not including the final, meaning you'll always have a final section. So if we wanted to do the minimum, it would just be a 2-section template, 1 basic slide and the final. If we said 3 and preview, it'll now cycle through 3 different sections and the final as well. Here's section 1, 2, 3, and the final. The rest of the custom settings are, what do you want the delay between slides to be? Do you want this to be a little bit slower? If we put 3 seconds in here, each one will appear for 3 seconds before transitioning on to the next. So a little bit of a slower transition through. What do you want the replay quantity to be? Do you want it to continue to cycle indefinitely by clicking 0, or 1 time, 2 times, 3 times cycling through before it always ends on the final section? Border thickness, border corner radius, do you want it curved? If you put 0, it'll always make it a hard 90-degree angle. Do you want to show the border at all, yes or no? And you want to use the final image, meaning in the last section you could make it all text if you wanted, or you can use the image. So that's preset to yes, so that it in essence operates just like the other 6, but it doesn't have to. And then fade duration, here's a nice option for making it feel a little bit nicer in the transitions. So I have a 3-section transition with a 3-second fade. So you're going to notice this image fades in very slowly, and as it transitions out, it's going to fade and sort of show the old image while the new one's fading in and out. So just depending on whether you want a more crisp or more floating feel to the ad, the fade duration is a nice option to configure that. And again, at the bottom you have final sections, how many you want, which we configured to 3 at the moment. The other 2 sections are just for colors. Basically all the text is configurable. Each text that's coming through is going to be configurable. If you want it to be different text colors for each one, you can set those here. And a border color at the end. And then click-through URLs. Each section that you have running can have its own click-through URL. If you want it to be the same for all of them, just put the same one in for each. So that's the design guide. If you have any questions, as always, call us at 866-467-2289.